Yeah.
Oh my God.
We good. Praise the Lord.
Oh, so I gotta keep my glasses right here because I'm gonna have to keep.
You see me,
Now,
girl? You see me, right?
yeah, I can see you.
So you know what it is? Sometimes the powers that BT for real, they want to
Uh
get in the way of a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
huh.
So, you
Yeah.
know, we Harlem hustlers. We ain't gonna stop. We ain't gonna stop.
Right.
We gonna figure it out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We gonna.
Okay. I don't like how the top of my head looking, so I'm gonna throw these shades right here.
Yeah.
That's a real
I
shit.
want to thank y'all viewers for staying with us. We had some technical difficulties. Wasn't our fault. You know,
Yes,
sometimes the
because
powers that be don't want things that's positive to happen. And we brought it together, right, T?
yes, we did, baby.
There you go. So,
I want to
Miss T,
drink
I
my
want to welcome
wine.
you. Huh?
Thank you, baby.
Take that.
I am gonna take a sip. Ain't like I'm about to drive off. I just parked. Well,
Yeah.
what up? What's up? What's good?
Everything is good. You know what? I want to first I want to welcome you to my show.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you. Your new show. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. It's a thing where, you know, I had all these trap queens on here. And I had, you know, some cool
Right.
young ladies that was doing their thing in the community on here. I
Right.
got to get my, you know, my Harlemite, you know, Miss T
Right.
on here. You know, we had a few interviews in the past, but right now this is a different type of show. You know,
Right.
so before I
Right.
do
Right.
that, how's your day going? How's your day going?
It's going good. You know, I tried to make it back in the house. I had to run to Brooklyn and get some candy for my vending machines. My guys, they be killing me. They're gonna be happy when they see the fish
Mm-hmm.
and the Twizzlers, because that's all
Oh,
they like to eat. So
yo,
I got some vending machines, so I gotta fill them up.
not the fish.
Oh yeah, they love these Swedish fish, boy. They
Yeah,
like tea. You need
I
to
used
get
to
some.
love them things, man. Get all up in the
Hell
teeth
yeah.
and shit. You know.
Yeah. So yeah, but my day is good, man. Life is good, man. I'm happy to be, especially with what we've seen,
Mm-hmm.
it's like this whole corona thing. It's like I'm just happy to be alive, man, and still, feeling healthy. I don't care about nothing else, to be honest with you.
You're right. Yeah. So, how you been holding up though? You know.
Yeah, I've been holding up good. I've been using this time to reflect and just do some work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just do some work. So yeah, that's what I've been doing, working on some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keeping busy and stuff like that, huh?
Yeah, you got to keep busy, got to keep the mind stimulated.
Right.
Yep.
So Miss T, like I said, and I interviewed you in the past a couple times. Right now, we're gonna get into like a vibing, talking type of thing. You know, whereas it's gonna be different. Before it was like mostly it's about promoting your novels, Harlem
Uh-huh.
Heroin. What's the
Mm-hmm.
snitching book? What's the name of that one?
Yeah, snitching. The game has the streets. Oh God, I forgot the title of my own book. The game has never been fair. The streets have never been fair. Oh my God. Yeah, it's called snitching. I got a copy of it right here. God damn. The streets are fair game, but the game has never been fair.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
there you go.
Just
So
messing up all over the place. But yeah, that's it.
right now, we're gonna do a little different. So
Uh-huh.
we know about your books, but a lot of people don't know who Miss T really is and where Miss T really come from, and how Miss T came up, you know, in the Harlem era. You know, so
Man,
we're gonna walk them through it a little bit. You know, so as a young person, how was life coming up in Harlem?
life was good. Life was fun. Harlem, Harlem was just fun to live in.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely, I think, just the mecca of everything that happened in every other borough. Because, of
Mm-hmm.
course, they say that we set trends in Harlem,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, life was good, Life was good. I had a good family upbringing, you
Mm-hmm.
know. It was all good, man. It was the stage to me. I wanted to be a part of it. It was like lights, camera, action. So it was
Right.
something that I just wanted to be a part of.
All right.
That's what it was.
So like back in the days, there's a lot of well-known drug dealers and kidnappers and stick-up kids came up in the streets of Harlem. When did you get introduced into that world? Like, how did that come around you coming up?
Well, as far as hustling, I probably was like around 15 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncles hustled, you know, Wild Al. And I've always loved to dress. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my mom's always took care of us, but you know, I was greedy. You know, you always need more because you want to get the latest fashions. I always dressed a little different. I always had on I probably had my little polyester shirts on because my aunt worked in a bar. She was beautiful. Oh my God. Beautiful. And I wanted to be like her.
Right.
You know, she worked up in them bars like up and down 7th Avenue, S'mores Paradise, up there, Huckabuck, you know, Nightcap, all that. So I wanted to be like her. And so I would wear her shirts to school. She had the little silk shirts or polyester shirts or whatever, with my little pants, my little corduroys or whatever. But yeah, like around 15 to 16, you know, I was like, damn, I wanna hustle. So, you know, I asked my uncle for some dust. And he gave me some dust, and I went and sold some dust on 123rd. Now, people from Harlem, they know 123rd Street had to be like the Mecca. Now, I don't know, I know now, but back then, I didn't really know who I was amongst.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was amongst some real getting money people, but I'm 15, you know what I'm saying? I just want to get a couple of dollars, you know, I just want to be a part of something. So I had to dust in my little Louis Vuitton duffel bag, and that's where it was at, you know? It was just like being around it was like, it was just the energy, everything, because it was packed.
Right.
I didn't know what half of those OGs and older people was doing. There was a lot of women down there getting money, but still, I didn't really realize what I was in, at the time. So yeah.
So you talking about 123rd Street over by the PAL, right?
Absolutely, because my brother-in-law, I didn't know him back then, of course, but my brother-in-law tell my sister stories about how the guy who ran the PAL used to go out to the hustlers on the avenue and make them buy the kids the uniforms to play ball and everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, matter of fact, he died a couple of years ago, this gentleman, and they loved this guy. I think his name was Bubba. I hope I ain't mess it up. But he was the one that would go out there and get money from the hustlers and the number runners to take care of the kids who were less fortunate. And they didn't need anything. He bought them everything. So yeah. Yep. Because that's what happened. You know, back in the days, the hustlers and some of the number runners, they looked out for people who didn't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they showed a lot more love back in the days, period.
Yep.
You know, I don't know about other neighborhoods, but I know definitely Harlem, where I grew up at, it was a lot of love from in the streets like that, you know?
Yeah.
So you were selling dust, so how did you do, how'd you do with the dust?
I think I did all right.
Because dust was killing them back then.
Dust, and then I met this guy, God bless him, Jeff Jacobus. I don't know if you ever knew Jeff. He was from 137th Street.
Okay.
He was down there getting money, and I started talking to him, but yeah, it didn't last too long because my uncle ended up getting killed, of course, and then I got under his brother, and I was under my Uncle Stan, man. I learned a lot from him, I am the person I am today, probably along with my father and, the morals that I was taught. But, as far as the street thing and being under him like damn near 24/7, I am who I am, and I don't have no regrets, to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So some things that happened, what happened, like in your life, or some of the things that was in your book, like you talk about, you was around some some of them things and kidnap. How? Give me a little synopsis.
Well, I mean, I've always, my life, man. It wasn't. I don't know how I was supposed to turn out, but like I grew up with both parents, strict household. So, it's surprising in a sense to just think of how my life went. Although I tried to stay in certain, because I grew up in a strict Jamaican household, My mother was from the South, sweet, but my father ruled, you know what I'm saying? But when he was in Jamaica, that's when I had that freedom. He would go back and forth, but that's when I had that freedom to kind of explore and get myself into, certain situations. And I've always dealt with somebody from the street.
Right.
It just ended up that, like, my first boyfriend, Norm, my first drug dealing boyfriend, Norm, he used to hustle out there in DC, Richmond, Virginia, you know what I'm saying, back in 85, I think like more like 86, 85, 86. And, that's why I said I got my first MCM bag back in the 80s, So, and then from him, it was to someone else. And, it was always somebody that was in the street getting money,
Right.
Yeah.
So did you help him in any type of way to assist him getting that money?
Him, no, because he was already doing his thing. I was like, he was doing his thing out of town, so I wouldn't say him, no. Others, mostly, if anybody, I would say at that time and during those years, it would have been my uncle, because of course I helped. I started chopping up, bottling up, and then I started just collecting the money and just giving the packs out and collecting the money. So that's what I did with him, So, yeah. I mean, I still see some of the people and they reminisce about me coming through or whatever. Giving them whatever. Yeah, that. And, it was always something like I used to travel. I ain't gonna say his name because, we still cool. I used to travel to Greensboro, North Carolina, with somebody who was doing this thing down there. I was in Baltimore in like 93. I ain't gonna say his name, he's still cool. That's the first time I seen 15 and 16-year-old dope fiends. That was something that really kind of threw me for to see teenagers gnawing off like that was something kind of like that kind of blew me away. Now, we was hustling in Baltimore, but we stayed in the county, gated community in Owens Mills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was something serious. And it's so crazy because Baltimore don't really seem like they ever really recovered, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's still a lot of crazy going on down there, and a lot of not doing too good,
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, North Carolina here, Baltimore, yeah, and then later on I got with my daughter's father, Ace, Fritz partner. They was doing, though that's when they were doing big things. Everybody know Fritz story. Fritz fed the streets.
Right.
Fritz fed the streets. If it wasn't for Fritz, man, a lot of people probably would not have gotten their turn or gotten their chance, because whether directly or indirectly, he was responsible definitely for a lot of people out here getting money.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that, it was yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So you had mentioned about kidnapping and all that. What was that all about?
Well, I've never been kidnapped. I would say I was held hostage.
That's what I mean, held hostage, my bad.
Yeah, my daughter's father, Ace, had ended up getting locked up for a murder. So I took over the business, because I chose to do it, because I knew what I was doing. I knew how to hustle, whatever. And he left all the instructions of who had what, who needed to pay this or pay that. And, it just goes to show, man, it doesn't matter, man. People will feel some type of way. It could be family. It's always the people closest to you, though. Always the ones closest to you. So, when something happened, people really need to think about the ones that's closest to them, But, yeah, so I was hustling. Ace left a couple of keys of coke, some keys of coke behind that I needed to sell to somebody, whomever. But there was also a lot of money in the street that I needed to pick up. So I was definitely doing that. I was pulling up on everybody. Everybody. You hear me? I even got into it with somebody uptown. I ain't gonna even say his name, but he's definitely known. He definitely had a mean ass crew with him. I didn't give a. Can we curse on here? I don't want to make a mistake. I ain't give a fuck about nothing. When it came to that bread, I'm pulling up. He even he felt some type of way. We be mad cool right now, but he felt some type of way, I guess, about me pulling up, talking about where that bread at.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, nigga, it ain't yours. I mean, you owe it. You know, so debts are never, unless somebody forgive the debt, it's always owed.
Exactly.
And then some people don't think. I don't give a fuck if 20 years go by, nigga. Unless I forgive that debt, it's still owed.
Right.
Let's be clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I was doing that, picking up money. You know, Ace still had his little crew that was coming to see me to get to work, pick up money, go back out, east side, uptown, wherever. And one day I was 6 months pregnant at the time with my daughter, and I got a knock on the door, and I had told my little sister to come up at a certain time because I was staying at my mother's house. I had an apartment in 1199. I had an apartment up on 151st Street. But I stayed with my mother because I was always sickly. And then when Fritz told me to buy this old bad luck ass safe to put everything in, I put it here. I put it at my mother's house. You know what I'm saying? And then it was easier for me to do business. And I'm thinking, like, I'd rather do business here because I don't want people to know where I live at. Because, matter of fact, I went and got a big apartment up on Fort Washington. That shit was nice.
Yeah.
You know, them apartments is huge.
Yeah. I used to live up there.
Huge. I was on 161st, 162nd in Fort Washington. I had an apartment up there. But I chose to stay at my mom's because I'm with family. I'm always sick, 24 hours a day, morning sickness. And I told my sister to come up. And when I got a knock on the door, somebody said, Tanya. It was a female voice. And I just opened up the door thinking it's her.
Mm-hmm.
They ran down on me, man. 2 dudes and a chick. I fell right at the door. And they had the guns to my head. So I'm like moving the guns. I'm 21.
Right.
I had just sold 2 keys of coke to Hen Dog. So I didn't have no keys in the house. I just sold it had to be maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe 2 days. I just sold them. But I'm moving the guns and all that craziness because I don't want nothing to go off by mistake. So they was like, where the safe at? Wow. As soon as they said that, I knew I was set up. Because nobody really knew I had a safe except for the 4 people probably that was always in the house coming to get work, boom.
Yeah.
But what happened is my brother-in-law, my Ace brother, had just left my house picking up some money. And 5 minutes later, they knock on the door. So I already knew who did. In my mind, I'm like, this nigga did that.
Right.
They can't find, like, y'all ain't wait an hour or 2 hours or no, middle of the night. They came immediately as soon as he left. So I already knew what it was. But at the time, I'm like, okay. They like, take us to the safe. I'm like, all right. But I'm thinking on my feet, yo. I'm thinking on my feet, 21 years old. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure it out. Then I'm trying to listen to what they saying. And I take them to the safe, but I act like I forgot it. I'm acting like I'm nervous. Yo, Vito, work with my daughter. I wasn't nervous. I think I was in shock. Right. But I felt so disrespected. I'm just like, who the fuck is this in my fucking life, bro? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Because if I make it, I got a team. All I do is make phone calls, and that's it. Like, these niggas dead. Yeah. But I'm on my feet thinking about how I'm going to get out of here, how I'm allowed them to get the money, because they can have the money. It's just money. Right. And making sure I stay alive when this shit is over. That was my thing, you know? Yeah. So I'm belly out to here. I'm in panties and bra. Belly out to here. So I'm acting like I'm nervous. And homie, one of the dudes with the mask, like, yo, I'm going to kill this bitch. I said, then you ain't getting nothing. Because the safe is heavy. Yeah. So 30-some years later, I still got that safe. It's so heavy, you can't move it. So it's hidden and under something and, ain't nothing in it. Yeah. But I was like, I said, but I'll be a dead rich bitch in here because you can't move this. Right. So the girl was like, Tanya, don't worry, you gonna be okay. I'm like, this bitch talking to me like she know me. I'm just like, just over. I said, check this out. I said, listen, y'all can have all this. Just don't hurt me and my baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just don't hurt me and my baby, you know? And I'm like, okay, I see them snatching jewelry. She took my engagement ring off my finger while I was down there. playing with the knobs to the safe. She
Right,
took
right.
that off. I had all kind of jewelry up on the dresser. They took that. So I said, listen, y'all can have all this. I said, I'm not going to do nothing. I said, but y'all can, I said, if you want to, y'all can tie me up. I had to play the cards I was dealt. I wanted to make them feel as comfortable as possible.
Right,
Now,
right.
the room that I did business in, the bed that I sat on, I had a gun under there. Unique gave it to me. It was a pearl handle, small, nice shit too.
Uh-huh.
But I said, you know what? Let me play this right. I ain't gonna be trying to play no superwoman. There's 3 of them and it's me and I'm pregnant.
Right, right, right.
I said, y'all can tie me up. I don't see y'all faces.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all can get this money and get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right,
it.
right.
So, he ripped the telephone thing up, tie me up. He said, get on the bed and put the pillow on here. I said, I'm not doing that. That's something I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to do. I ain't putting no, I'm going to watch everything that y'all do in this bitch. I ain't looking to see who y'all are,
Right.
but I'm not putting no pillow on my head.
Uh-huh.
So, they did their thing. They did their thing. They got up out of there. And I threw my clothes on. As soon as I opened up the door, my sister was there. Let me tell you how God worked.
Mm.
I told my baby to come upstairs, man, at a certain time. My girlfriend's brothers, because we got long hallways in here.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's brother stopped her at the elevator. They never have a conversation. Never talk. My best friend's brother. And for some reason, they stopped at that elevator. While they was in my house, my sister was at the elevator talking.
Mm.
I said God was working because she's a fighter. She's rumbling.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those like, what? You're not gonna get me first. Like
Yeah,
since she
yeah.
was young, she goes in.
Uh-huh.
So they ran out, slammed the door, and when I opened the door, she was there. I said, "Yo, they just robbed me. Let's take the stairs." Because I was already dressed, put my stuff on. We went down the stairs. As soon as we got to the first floor, it was a hoodie. It was a hoodie and 3 masks.
Mm.
Before they left the staircase, because we had security in the building, they
Right,
took
right.
everything up and left it at the floor
Mm-hmm.
and left the building. I was like, damn, God working. And she heard the door slam. She said, "Huh, the dude, Junior looked. They didn't really see anybody once they heard the staircase shut.
Right.
And they was just standing there talking until she came in. But yeah, man, but as soon as I went straight to the phone and I called my mother-in-law, was like, yo, your fucking son just robbed me. I'm going to kill that
Mm.
nigga.
Dang.
I told my husband, I told Ace, I said, yo, your brother, he didn't want to believe it. But certain things happened that made him realize, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was fucked up, but he did that. Like I could have had a miscarriage and lost my daughter. A nigga could have got stupid in there. Like you send people in my house and you don't know how that gonna turn out.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't know what the outcome is gonna be. You gotta be careful with that setup shit. Like, people say they shit about me, but I ain't never set nobody up. That's one thing. If a nigga was gonna get killed because of me, that's because he played himself.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
did something crazy like that. I went straight up. Fritz was, going through his little thing and not really saying the things I wanted to hear. So,
Right.
I was on town with Leon and them.
Uh-huh.
They like, oh, who did it? Where they at?
Uh-huh.
They gonna get it ASAP. And that's what I wanted to hear. That shit was like music to my goddamn ears.
Right, right.
I wanted him dead. I wanted her dead. I didn't even care about the people that came in my house. I cared about the person that sent them.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
He was
That's true.
important to me.
Yeah.
I don't care who came in there. I ain't care about that money. I cared about the person that sent them there that didn't really realize what the outcome could have been. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you needed more money, if you was jealous because your brother left it to me, that's ours. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That's our money, and I'm gonna make sure my baby daddy lawyer get paid. Because that's what I did with that money. He flies a motherfucker on Rikers Island.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He is commissary good.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So, and after that, I ain't see that dude for like 12 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He got ghosts. But I'll tell you one thing, and this is another thing people got to understand. If you're going to do something, do it by yourself. Because 6 years later, And Big Deb from Madison Avenue, she was getting money. She was my daughter's godmother. She was a part of the FRITZ family. Like, we was a family. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
She said, T, anything in the dark gonna come to light. And 6 years later, some lady in my building said, you Tanya? I said, yeah. She said, I'm gonna tell you something. Do you know this lady told me the whole story?
Mm.
And then I realized it was a chick from my building that was at the table when they planned this shit.
Wow.
I still see her today. I still see Honey today. You know, I speak to her, but I look at her like, because she was going through a little something, you know, not really right in the head for some other things. But I see it, you know, she good today and everything. But, you know, I wonder, you know, it's like, would you have ever took accountability or told my family that you knew what happened had they killed me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the lady, she ran it. That's how I could. That's why in my book I was able to describe the guns and everything, because she told me. This older lady, now she's an older woman who used to get money up in Boston. So she was from the street. But what happened was the chick told her, she got mad at the chick about something else, and she told me.
Mm.
So 6 years later, I found out who was there when they planned it. I knew my brother-in-law had something to do with it, and it was his baby mother's brother that was a part of it. I said, see how shit go? People think they be doing slick shit with that setup shit. It's like, yo, that setup shit ain't it ain't cool. It really ain't cool.
It ain't cool, because at the end of the day, none of them trust each other anyway. So something go wrong with the money, they gonna flip on each other anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or they gonna kill each other. I seen that happen too.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the money.
Over the money. Grimy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And thank God that one of them ain't get stupid and try to hurt you and nothing like that because you ain't want to cooperate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Right. So, you know, you know, that's why I'm thankful, man, and I live my life the way I live it. You know, I don't do dirty business. I don't treat people fucked up. I don't think there's no need for that. And I play fair all the time, whether it was in the street. I was good to people. I gave people shit. When Ace left, they had my cars. Man, let me tell you something, man. I did good for people, man. I had an apartment at $11.99. I let some fully furnished, 2-bedroom. Mean.
Mm-hmm.
I let somebody stay up there. I had an apartment up here, 151st. I let somebody stay in there, and I let my older sister Janine stay in my apartment on her 61st. I was always a giver.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I would never allow what people do to me, the wrong, to allow me to do it to others or change my attitude or change my ways. I'm going to always be I'm going to always be a giver. I'm going to always be nice, but you only get one time to fuck me though.
Right.
That's one thing. You know, my sister and my mother, they be like, you crazy or you mean? I'm not mean. You only get one time to fuck me because I don't fuck people around. It ain't a bitch or nigga on this earth that say I'm trifling or I'm a snake. And if you got something or something happened, that's because you got what your hand called for. You did me wrong first.
Mm-hmm. Right,
you know?
right.
Yeah, man. Shit be crazy.
So after that, how was life for you after that? You went through all that. You was pregnant. You then took your shit. Now what?
Man, I was up at the Spanish spots on Broadway, bought me a cute little $5 jumpsuit because I was pregnant, so it looked cute. It ain't look cheap because I still had to take whatever money that was coming in. I still had to look out for Ace. Mm-hmm. Had to make sure he was all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was a couple of dollars up in my apartment up on 161st Street. So, you know, life was like, yo, what I'm going to do now? The next year came around, that's when Ace ended up getting 20 years to life. So, no, well, before that happened in May 91. Fritz died in August 91.
Mm.
That's when I was like shit about to change. I was like, shit about to change because there will never be another him. And then, of course, when the king died, you always got these other ones that want to be like him. Now, if Ace was here, Ace would have took over. Mm-hmm. But Ace wasn't here, so somebody else had to take over what Fritz was doing. And, of course, you always going to get somebody that ain't going to do right. Ain't going to take care of the family. So you had me, you had Big Dad, you had Hen Dog. You had a couple of us that was like, we the family. If anything is down there, it's supposed to come to us first. If you're going to hit anybody with work, none of us got hit. Mm-hmm. He was fucking with everybody else and they have nothing to do with the family. And it was just kind of fucked up. It was fucked up.
That's crazy. So nobody got hit. That can cause a problem too.
Yeah. And then what me and Hen was doing, Hen was like, yo, we gonna go after everybody that owed us money. Him was like, yo, I'm gonna make a list. I'm giving it to the Colombians. I said, well, nigga, you do that. I got a whole list over here that owe Ace money. So everybody who owed Ace money, I would have been good if they had paid up.
Mm-hmm.
They had their list for Fritz. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of shit going on out here where everybody trying to get this money and trying to get on. And Deb found a connect. Jay Black, God bless the dead, he got killed for nothing. But yeah, you know, Big Deb called me uptown. I was, you know, pregnant. He was like, yo, T. She said, yo, T, this Jay Black. Fine, black that nigga. Black is tough. Fine as a motherfucker. Black. Jay Black.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, all right, I got y'all. But what I told Deb, I said, you started off, you know, let me, after I have TT or whatever, have my baby, then I could kind of get on. I said, you let him hit you, you hit me.
Mm-hmm.
So we was going to do it like that. He gets killed.
Wow.
You know, when I say the domino effect of people that I lost or that got killed around me, it was crazy. You had Ace going to well, then you had Fritz, then you had Chuck, Fat E from down there, Hen Dog the next year. It was just so crazy. It just didn't make no sense. I was like, this is my life?
Mm.
Yeah.
So after all that happened, you just gave it up, or you just found a way to move around?
I went and got a job. I should have took my ass back to college because I was in college in '87 for nursing. Mm-hmm. I'd have been like retired by now, but you know, I think I started working, you know, because I had my baby to take care of. Leon was there for me, you know what I'm saying. He helped me out, you know. But one thing I did say, you know, when I was pregnant with my daughter, you know, because my father always instilled education, you know what I'm saying? I already mapped out her education. Mm-hmm. She was never going to public school. I don't give a fuck how I had to pay for it. I was going to get the money. You know, from 3 years old, she was going somewhere where I had to pay for it. It wasn't free. Mm-hmm. You know, up until she was, 15, and that's when I moved to Atlanta. She went to high school and then college and, you know, graduated or whatever. But, you know, that was on my mind, like making sure my baby get a good education. You know what I'm saying? I was always making sure she was a step ahead. Like on 125th Street back in the day, they used to sell these workbooks. So she was in second grade. I'm getting her third and fourth grade books. Mm. So she could be ahead of the game.
Right.
You know, whether it was in math, reading, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know. Life was kind of hard. Shit, it wasn't easy, you know. And then, like, around, you know, my little brother, he was in that dope. He got into that dope game crazy, Baby J. So, you know, I got into that a little bit. And I put more than me. I know people who hustled and they was like, yo, T, I want to get in the game. So I would introduce them to him. Mm-hmm. And, by that, they took care of me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really have to do too much, but I sold some heroin. I was selling dope over on 124th and Lenox Avenue. I had a runner. His name was what was his name? Chino. That was my runner. I would go get up at 6 in the morning. About 5 in the morning, I would go pick him up from the Bronx, drive him to 124th and Lenox where all the dope fiend was at. Mm-hmm. I sit in my car and go to sleep. We'll rock out 6 to 8. That's all I needed, 2 hours. And he'll come back to the car. He'll either stay downtown or I'll take him to the 1 train so he could go back to the Bronx. Every day, 6 o'clock, 6 to 8. Because I'm watching them. You know them dope fiends, they try to get sleep.
Yeah, make a move.
But I'm sitting in my car while he go do his thing, sell them bundles. Come back. That's all I did. 2 hours in the morning, every day. Yep.
Wow. But that's the time because it's early. That's the early hour.
Yeah, get that early. Yeah. Because once the 12 o'clock hit, it's crazy out there. All kind of confusion. 6 o'clock. Just give me 2 hours. I ain't greedy. Yep.
So you ever catch a bed, anything like that?
Never. Thank God. Nope.
Okay, good. You're one of the lucky ones.
Yep. Never. I went through the system for bullshit. It wasn't nothing. Never drugs.
Right, right.
Yeah, never drugs. Nope.
All right, so at what point did you did you say, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it all alone?
Well, when my brother got killed in 2000, the game wasn't fun.
Who's your brother?
Jermaine.
Okay.
Yeah, when Jermaine got killed, that was it for me. Like, I've never felt pain like that in my life. And we wasn't even blood brother and sister, you know what I'm saying? But everybody know who was around us knew, you know what I'm saying? I knew him since he was 15. He
Jermaine's
got
Baby J, right?
Baby J, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, he
Who's
used to
his
stay at
pops?
my, huh?
Who's his pops?
Well, he not around.
No, damn.
Yeah. You know his brother Stan. Stanley. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Lincoln.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, when that happened, I knew Jermaine since he was 15. You know, him and my sister used to deal with each other when they was younger. But then when that stopped, we still remained a family no matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. You know, like if the police is looking for him, they coming to my mother's house. Because they know that address. He gives that address, you know what I'm saying? And when he got killed, yeah, the streets was like, I was like,
Well, he got killed out of town, right? Something like that? Or
nah,
no?
he got killed over there at Lennox Terrace.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he got killed over there. And, you know, after that, that's when life for me was like, it had to change, you know, the whole street shit and all this killing and craziness. You know, I wish I could have prevented it by trying to settle a beef that he had kind of that was ongoing, you know, because he was getting a lot of money, a lot. In 18 months, he had the streets on lock. Like he had that, and I ain't bragging, people. I don't want nobody to think I'm bragging about no drugs, nothing. But at the end of the day, that's what it was. You know, I seen him in 18 months do some things that I ain't seen do yet. You know what I'm saying? You know, he had big dreams. He was gonna buy Bentleys. He was gonna have billboards. He was a funny character. But yeah, after that, you know, that's when that's when I started selling the dope on Lenox Avenue to get out of here, and I got the bundles from somebody I put on. That's why I said I'm always good to people, man. I got relationships that span 35 years. I don't have bad relationships with people, whether it was men I was dealing with or just friends. Like everybody I fuck with is cool with me. I can call everybody up. All my niggas is like, you know what I'm saying? We just got that relationship. I don't have bad relationships unless you're a sucker. But at the end of the day, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, when that happened and I needed to get, you know, I just needed my money to get up. That's where I got them bundles from somebody that I put on. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up, Jermaine died in 2000. I left New York in 2005. Brought my daughter down in 2006. No, was it 2005, 2006? Something like that. I think it was 2006, and I brought my daughter down a couple of months later just to start school. And that was it, you know? And that's when I started, like, I gotta write this book. I hit Jermaine mom's up, you know, because she know how close we was. Like, I just spoke to her about 2 weeks ago. You know, she know how close we was. I said, Ma, I gotta write a book. I said, I'm thinking about writing a book. She said, do what you gotta do, you know? And it's just like, you know, my book is not really, like I said before, never glorified anything, but I needed people to know what was really going on. Right. You know, we had this idea, even myself, of damn, these streets are so this and so that, and it's fun and the money and the this and that, but you know, that pain is something serious when you lose somebody that you love. Like that, the streets, that shit don't mean nothing.
Nothing.
It don't mean nothing when you losing somebody, and I've lost a lot of people, you know. Yeah, I was like,
and you know, whether you losing to death or you losing to a lot of time, it's like, like, you know, you start thinking like, damn, was it all worth it?
And that's what I say in my book too. Like even when I got shot, like it was so many things. The reason why I wrote the book, I said I done got robbed. The niggas shot me. Not the rob. I got shot. I got robbed in 91. I got shot in 94 in front of my building. Yeah, I got shot in front of my building. It was a dude named 50 from my block, real thorough about his business, and I don't know, something happened. And these dudes was in the same crew as my daughter's godfather, Leon.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw them talking to 50, I knew something wasn't right, you know. And then they shot him like halfway up the block, and he came running towards me, and I turned to the to the shooter, like, so and so, fuck is you doing? And when I seen the other ones, because it was like 4 of them against him, they was like 3 or 4 of them shooting at him, and I turned around to run because my little cousin was with me, and I got shot in the back. Now I don't know if the nigga did it because I did call his name out, but it's like, would I have done that? Because my man was an enforcer. My man at the time was an enforcer of that crew,
Mm-hmm.
and no joke, everybody like he's somebody who I said they feared him.
Right.
Definitely feared him. So he was the enforcer of that crew. And for me to think they did it on purpose, I'm not sure. But yeah, I ended up getting shot. And that's another time I had to say, yo, I had to think on my feet. I'm like, my baby upstairs, she's 2.5 years old. Her daddy doing 20 years. And just in a matter of time, I mean, seconds, all this stuff was going through my mind. Her daughter, her father, me, and then 50 fell in front of me. I was like, oh shit. I'm on my stomach because the bullet threw me down. I'm on my stomach and I'm like, me and 50 gonna be on the ground under white sheets. And I've seen this coming up. White sheets, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I can't go out like that. My baby need me, you know? So I got up, jumped in the car. I knew I was hit, but to be honest with you, Vita, I didn't even feel a bullet, but it threw me down. Somehow I said, yo, I'm hit. My cousin was in shock, so I couldn't be fucking with her. I had to get up out of there. So I got in a cab. Got in a cab with the Harlem. Got shot right here. I got shot in my back. I don't know if you just, I got shot in my back, and it came on my right breast.
Oh, wow. So it came out.
Many inches from my spine. I got like a little keloid, just a real small keloid on my back where you can see.
Yeah,
you know, I'm thankful not to be paralyzed today because it was like inches, maybe 2.
Yeah.
You know, so I got to the hospital. It was through and through. It went straight through. Had to get a chest tube because my lungs was feeling. That's what would have happened. That's why I would have died, because my lungs would have filled up with blood. I would have smothered inside because it hit my lung. So yeah, I had all that going on. Yeah, so that's why I was like, yo, man, I got a story to tell. I got to tell these people, like, it's real out here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot.
And you know, when people say trap queen, because I know you had some on there, it's like, you know, with the trap queens, shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, with that whole show, you know, I had got a phone call, but I had to let them know, like, y'all got to distinguish what a trap queen is and what white collar crimes are. It's a business. Trap queens is like Big 50, you know, people that was in a gutter, Thelma Wright.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? People who was like really putting their lives in danger or you know, really in the trenches, you know, shit happening. I was like, y'all gotta, that ain't what a trap queen is. I don't know, you know. I spoke to the production company about that. And, you know, things work out the way they need to work out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They called me for that show, but it's like, white collar and this street shit is different. Ain't nobody life in danger. Ain't nobody ducking bullets and fucking getting tied up. And that's a trap queen. When you in a goddamn spot in a hole, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, I got shot and robbed or whatever, you know, and that was enough. But I'm sure God has saved me from situations that I'm not even aware of.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was up in these spots on 157 and 158th Street with the Dominicans, you know, buying work. I was up there, you know what I'm saying? You know, being out of town, certain places is like, now, looking back, like, I'm sure my life has been spared more than enough. I know I had a praying mother, so maybe that's what it was. Because I'm sure my life was in danger more times than I even know, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a hell of a story, too.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
I hope,
saying?
what make me feel good, Vito, when I have grown ass men DM me like, yo, your story crazy. Like, thank you. I had a guy, he is in Philly. I think he's in Philly. He got a son, very smart, and then he got a daughter that kind of strays. And he always tell his son my story. They watch the documentary together. And he was like, yo, Miss T, what I'm going to do about her? I said, let me tell you something. Long as you instill good morals and ethics, she going to always remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Because my mother and my father did it to me. People will probably think I came from a drug-infested mama or a drunk. Hell no. The influences of the street is what called me out there, and I was greedy. I love fucking money. But when you instill good morals and ethics in your children, we always remember that shit. We will come back, from the bullshit. We will come back,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why my book, I have grown men like, yo, Miss T, you humble me. I was ready to go back out there and do this and do that because my money is fucked up. He said, but your story humbles me. That's what I like. And for a grown ass man to admit stuff like that and understand that that ain't the way.
Right.
I don't give a shit who getting money out here. God bless you. Listen, I know somebody who sells everything out here. If I wanted to get a Kia code right now, I probably could. Right. I'm scared. I ain't doing it. I'm gonna be the legal beagle until the end of time, and I'll take the slow money. I'm nervous. I ain't doing it.
Listen, you ain't by yourself. You better be. It ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. I got somebody, man, listen, if I call him right now, he gonna be like, what you want?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm good. My daughter's good. She graduated college, man. She been out 6 years, and she makes good money. She's a homeowner. I ain't got no little babies to take care of, so I don't need to go out there that crazy. Right. Whatever I don't have now, I work honestly to get it, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, you got plenty. You got plenty. And with your smarts, and all your capabilities that you got and your relations that you have out there in society, you're going to get plenty of money. You get more money than you will get, take my word, than in the streets.
Right.
You got to watch your phone. You ain't got to worry about none of that shit. You ain't got to worry about niggas telling on you because none of that. Tell on you.
And right now, I put my mother through enough. Trust me. I don't need to put her through nothing else. I want her to live comfortably. I am the middle child. So, she always think I'm crazy because I always got something going on. It ain't never illegal, but it's just always some shit. But, I'm just like, man, listen, we gotta do better as a people. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that people took this time to reflect because this quarantine, man, don't let this shit be in vain and you just sat in your house for 3 months waiting for the fucking lounge to open up. If you ain't do nothing positive, like try to figure something out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like all them people that died for nothing, died because of this. Like, it'll be a hit in the throat that we didn't pick you because we lucky. Those of us that still here is lucky because I don't know how people caught it. Some people here, they never had a chance to leave a legacy behind. I'm hoping that people really took the time out. My third book is called Reflections. It'll be out in a couple of months, and it's about, reflecting about this time. And you know what I'm so glad about? I didn't really have to reflect on anything, just understand that damn how life short can be, because I live my life not taking it for granted.
Right.
I never take my life for granted, so I wasn't out here like, thank God. I've been thanking God for years. I done been through enough shit I need to thank him for, so it ain't got nothing to do with me surviving Corona.
Right.
So I hope people really took this time out, and that Black unity thing, we got to do better. We got to do better. It just don't make no sense out here. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I want everybody to do.
We got to do a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And like Absolutely. You said, like, with this quarantine time, if you're not home, getting your mind right, figuring out other different ways to live and to survive, you in a world of trouble. Because once they open the pearly gates again, and you think everything gonna be the same, you have another thing coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody should be changed because of this. Everybody, in either a little way or a small way. You know what I'm saying? Just to, Everybody should be changed in some way, shape, or form. Because this here, I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. Walking around with masks in the air just fucking killing you.
That's crazy.
Nah.
See, they say they got a second wave coming through. What's that?
Yeah, the CDC, he said, oh, this ain't it. I don't even know, bro.
They said the second wave is worse than the first wave. So you know what that gonna mean? We ain't gonna be able to come out, period. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, when they open up, I didn't plan to come out anyway. I told somebody, I'll see you in 2021, real talk.
Yeah, I'm doing this the remainder of the year. I don't believe nothing.
Yeah, because everybody with that thirsty shit want to run outside because the summer coming, I ain't been outside. Nah, go ahead and soak up the rest of that shit that's out there. Let me see what happens, because I'm going to be chilling in the house. I ain't got time for that, because we don't know what this is. Yeah. Until we can get a shot in the arm or the ass to get rid of corona, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah. See, I do online personal training, right? I do like one-on-one with my clients. You know, I'm a trainer.
Right.
My client told me this morning, you know what she said? Because I ain't training like about maybe like 3 months. She finally came back. She said, I lost my mother and my father. I said, oh, time out. She said, I lost my mother early April.
Wow.
And I lost my father early April, and I lost my mother at the end of April. She had to bury her parents 3 weeks apart. Ain't that, you know how hard that is?
Listen, I can't imagine what that is.
That's crazy.
I can't even imagine. And then you can't even have a proper home going for your family members. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life, you know? And then people want to take this for granted, say it's a hoax. People dying, that's not a fucking hoax. Like, what? Sometimes you got ignorant black people. I'm sorry, I just be looking at this truck. You know, I got PTSD and shit. And I don't know why he's so goddamn close. Yeah, but
yeah, stay on point.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh, it's him. Oh, he went and delivered some flowers. Oh, okay, I saw who he was. Okay. Right. Right.
Ain't no slipping, huh, T?
Not at all. I see. Yeah. But yeah, man. People just got to get it together. You know, we got to that ignorant shit. Oh, it's a hoax. Ain't no hoax. Thousands of people died. That's not a hoax. They not coming back. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we got to wake up and stop the ignorance and you know. I don't know.
Just got to stay low and stay home.
Yeah.
You know, stick and move. Come out when need be. Go back home.
That's it. It.
You know, pull out your laptop. Pull out your iPad.
That's why I can't see now. I'm on that laptop 24 hours a day. It done ruined my eyes. Hey, Sophie on there. I got to see you on there.
What's up, Sophie? How you doing?
Somebody said 10 people a damn shame. Okay, we only got 10 people. That's all good. We had more, but we couldn't get it right. But it's all good.
We ain't worried about it. You know what we gonna do with this afterwards.
Exactly. It ain't even about this right here because I don't even. But I just want to say thank you because when it's going on YouTube to the people that my documentary is now over 1.5 million. So I'm happy about that.
There you
go. Know, I'm definitely able to use that. Been talking to a couple of people about some things. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's where we going. You know where we going. But at the end of the day, I wanted to bring you on the show because, I'm saying a lot of people, I'm hearing a lot of little conversations about, for real. It's about what a real track queen is,
Oh, yeah?
And I have people hit me up, yo, V, man, them girls was getting money and all that, and shout outs to them and all that, but that ain't what a track queen really is to me.
Right, right.
I thought about my friend. I said, man, I know Miss T got a hell of a story because the reason why she got a hell of a story because she write the books. And when you write the books, you had to be there. You had to see something. You had to do something. That's why the stories are so real, and that's why they do so well in the stores.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It sure wasn't no play.
Not at all. Sophie said she wanted a part in the movie.
I'm trying to get it, baby. I'm trying to get it.
You got to get her part. She wear all them fly mink coats and all that.
Uh-huh.
You know
and
what I'm
them
saying?
dazzling boots.
One of those.
And the dazzling boots and all that.
Yeah, all that type of stuff. She definitely, got the look and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. So, tell everybody your links. Tell them where to get your books at.
Oh, and this is another thing. Oh my God, y'all have been showing out. I got to give it to them. they've been buying my book like crazy, and I guess because of quarantine, they've been buying both of them. Snitching, and of course this one that started it all, Miss T, Harlem Heron.
That's right.
But yeah, they could go to www.harlemheron.com or heroin with an e.com, misstbooks.net. And yeah, and it's also on Amazon, but they could go there. I was trying to make it back to the house to get my shirts, but everything is on my website. They've been buying the shirts, the books, and I'm just so thankful for that. Yeah, and of course, you know, my documentary is on InfoMind's channel. But yeah, harlemheron.com. Yep.
Okay, you got my man from Chicago, huh? West Side. He said, I love New York. I love New York females. Then you
What's up,
you went to Ohio, right? We went to Ohio?
Yeah, I was in Ohio.
Yeah, you went to a show out there, right?
Yeah. I did a show out there, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's up, Chi-Town? I got family in my mother's sisters is in Chicago, Detroit, and all that. Youngstown, Ohio, all
my
that.
Man Sam said I knew he knew you all his life.
Oh, word? What's up, Sam?
You know Sam?
I don't know. Maybe when I see you, you know, I can.
Yeah, he said he know me. I know Sam that is. Yeah, Sam.
Oh, yeah?
From your hood. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know?
What up, Sam?
AT, so I want to thank you, right?
I'm so glad we got it right. I'm glad we figured it out.
That was the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
That happens sometimes, but you know us, we Harlem Hustlers, we ain't gonna stop till we get it right.
Right, absolutely.
You know, we don't give up. We get right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I appreciate it. Congratulations on your new show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do big things. Big things is coming.
All the time.
You know, that's what we gotta do. Look out for each other, man.
Absolutely. I'm here. It's called God's plan.
Right.
In order to be successful in life, you gotta take risk.
You do. And that's, you know what, that's a problem with a lot of us black people. We scared to fail. But then if you don't do it or fail, you never know what could have been. We so scared to step out on faith, man. You know, and you know, I'm guilty of that too. Because you just don't know, you know. You know, but you gotta step out and shit, I just started a trucking company. I'm still, you know, I got to have that faith that this shit gonna pick up and, you know, things gonna happen, but it is what it is.
It will. Just gotta just faith without works don't work.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. Got to put the work in.
Got to put the work
in. Some people want that instant gratification. No, you got to put that work in.
But I get more gratification when I see it building and growing.
Yeah.
Because I know once you get where you need to go, I know I'm going to receive the blessings that I deserve.
Right.
People want it right now. It's not going to be right now.
And you don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate it as much.
No, you don't.
Then you just stepping into something as opposed to you working hard to do it and watching it grow. You have more appreciation for it.
I got a lot of money back in the days. I walked around with a lot of paper in my pocket. Guess what? I spent it fast. You know why? Because I knew tomorrow I'm going to get it back anyway. I ain't doing that now. No, sir.
Not at all.
I'm not doing that now, man, because I know better.
Wow.
You know it's coming back, but not like it came back, you know, back in the day. So you got to be easy, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude,
absolutely.
you know, I got love for you, always, man. And
yeah.
I can do to help you, I'm here.
Thank you.
You know,
I appreciate that.
We always family. Got them glasses, huh?
Yeah, I gotta be seen because I'm telling you, I be on that laptop. It done make my eyes bad.
Yeah.
I be working, Vito, man. I be working every day. I don't waste a minute of the day. I don't waste it. I don't waste it.
Yeah, man.
I don't waste it.
I got some more things that's about to come out next couple of weeks.
Okay.
You know, I just started the online training thing. People loving it already. So
that's
those of y'all want to get in shape at home,
right?
You could do it virtually.
Yeah.
You know, hit me, vibing with Don Vito. Hit me on the gym and we chop it up. Or you need to know to put in your body as far as healthy stuff. I've been 20 years a master trainer. You know? So that's what's things going on. See, that's what the COVID thing doing is making you create.
Yeah, right. That's what people should have been doing. That's one of the chapters in my book called Creative Juices. Like, what have you been, you know, I got health and finance in there, health and wellness. You know what I'm saying? Because your mind, everything, you just got to, this should have done something to you. And if it didn't, hey,